As I described in the previous movie, you can easily add markers to the map, but they accumulate. When you add a new one, the old ones aren't automatically removed. And in some apps, you might only want to show one marker at a time. I'm working in a version of the project called Remove Markers. And in my geolocate method, down here, I already have the code to add the marker. I create a marker options object, and I call the map's add marker method. The add marker method returns the reference to the marker object, and it's an instance of a class called marker. So I'll keep track of it. I'll go back up to the top of my class to where I declare my fields, and I'll create a new marker object. I'll type the name of the class, and then make sure I'm including an import statement for it. And I'll name it marker. I'm not instantiating it here. I'll wait until I create the marker and add it to the map. Now I'll go back down to the geolocate method, where I'm creating the marker, and I'll assign the reference of the new marker to the new field, with marker equals mmap.addMarker. Finally, before I add the new marker, I'll check to see whether there's already a marker on the map. And I'll place that code right here, before I add the new marker. I'll create an if statement, and the condition will be if marker isn't null. So if that condition is true, I know there's already a marker on the map. And to remove it, you call the remove method of the marker object. You don't use the map itself, you're just referencing the marker. So I'll call marker.remove, and I don't need to release it or set it to null because I'm immediately going to reuse the field for the new marker when I call add marker again. The old marker object will become eligible for garbage collection and will be cleared from memory automatically. I'll save the change and I'll run the app. I'll start by typing in Statue of Liberty. When I press go, that adds the marker to Liberty Island. Next, I'll type in New York. I'll touch go again, and then I'll zoom out far enough to see Liberty Island and show that the old marker is gone. And I'll reverse the process. I'll once again type Statue of Liberty, and that creates the marker on Liberty Island. I'll zoom back out again so I can see Lower Manhattan, and the marker that was placed there is gone. So this code ensures that I only have one marker at a time on my map. The old marker and anything that might be associated with it, such as pop-up information windows or anything else, will be completely removed. If you want to track multiple markers on your map, create a collection that can reference the markers, a hash map for named markers, and an array list for ordered unnamed markers. Finally, it's important to know that markers are not automatically restored when the activity restarts. When I change the orientation of the map, the markers go away, and the same thing would happen with an activity restart, such as happens when I exit the app and restart it. If you want to make your markers persist, you have to write the code yourself, and I encourage you to experiment with the Map State Manager class that I showed in an earlier chapter. Try adding some code that lets you track the markers and then restore them after a configuration change or an activity restart.